Alright, I just thought of something. I'm gonna just make a video just for the heck of it, just see how this comes out. I just thought of something while I was doing this here today. Always trying to find out faster ways to list stuff on eBay, always trying to figure out all kind of little tricks. And there's a trick, that I've used over the years. Anyway, I thought I'd try to make this video and share it. Let's see how it works. I don't know that it's going to work out perfect, and it don't work for everything. Some of y'all, this will work good for, and some of it won't. But let's see how fast I can get these 3 items. I just happen to be listing today these sockets. I've lined these up. I've taken pictures of them. And a lot of times what I do, I took a picture of this drink in between the sockets, because when you're, they can kind of all blur together, and it's still easy to get mixed up. But let me show you what I'm going to do right here. I tried to line these up. I don't know what everybody knows about sockets. This is a deep socket. This is a shallow socket. This is a standard. This is a metric. These are standard sockets, and all of them, this has got 6 points. This one's got 6, and these have got 12 points. These are all 3/8 drive sockets. There's a lot that goes into sockets if you know a lot about them. So first off, I've got a lot of these listed on eBay already. So what I did was, this deep socket, I pulled up my it just happened, the name brand of it happens to be Cobalt. I did a search for Cobalt Deep, and then I pulled up this is a 3/8 drive. It's a standard socket, 7/16. That one's 11/16, and it's 6 point. So I opened up a cell similar right here, so I can go here. And what I did was, what I do a lot of times, I'll write down the numbers, these numbers right here, as I go along, so I know this is where I was at. You have to excuse the mess on my desk. Let me just let you look at the socket there for a second. Let's see. Let me see if I can show you. Well, let me see if I can do this at the same time. It's kind of hard to film this, but anyway. See, my mouse is kind of messed up. But I know, because I wrote down over here, I'm going to go to number 351 on pictures, which is this Aquafina bottle. I don't know if you can see that. And then from there, I'm going to load these pictures. I'll try to grab them all at the same time, but I wasn't able to. And for some dumb reason, eBay's got this thing set up right now where you have to stay on this. I used to like to load a whole bunch of pictures all at one time. I'm not really able to do that anymore without this thing getting messed up. It'll mess up if you're not careful. So my point is, this isn't really the main trick what I was going to show. I'm going to get into that just next. But see, right here, it was 11/16. All I had to do was change it to 7/16. All of this stays the same. And then my model number is different, because like I said, it's still a 3/8 drive. It's still a 6 point. That's the whole key to this. So the model number changes from 031 to 158. So all I have to do is change the 58 there. I can copy and paste this all the way down here into my description. I'm gonna change this. Changes from 11/16 to 7/16. I don't know if you can see that. And then what was it? 58. 158. And I've done this several times, so I'm going a little bit faster than maybe, I know that this is a single item standard. SAE is sockets. It's a 6 point. Again, that's the whole key to this. The whole key to the speed of this is the fact that I'm able to use these have got a lot of the same item specifics. But anyway, and everything's going to be the same right here, and I'm keeping the same price on these, the same shipping and everything like that. So that makes that easy. Now, here's the next little trick what I want to show you. Okay, so that took me 4 minutes, but I could have probably done it a little bit faster if I wasn't explaining. This is a better trick right here, and this don't work out perfect all the time. But in fact, I kind of just taught myself that. I've done this before, but I really taught myself this today. Unfortunately, at the end of listing all of these sockets, I have a whole bunch of sockets. They're the same name brand. You probably won't be able to do this with sockets a lot, like I'm being able to right here, unless you have really high-end stuff, because it probably won't be worth listing them, all separately. But in any case, if you're watching this, there's probably something that you can apply this to that you do. So these are both standard sizes. It's a 1/2 inch and 7/16. It's not metric. Those are standard sizes. They're both 3/8 drive. They're both 12 point sockets, and they're both shallow, and they're the same name brand, everything. So what I did here, so what I want to do here is I want to go back and go to search this, and I'm gonna put in 3/8 because that's the drive size, and 12 point. So 3/8 and 12. That'll bring up a like socket. Okay, so I've got my this is 9/16. So let me show you what I'll do here. I'll sell similar, and some of y'all may like this and some of you may not. Now this just, like I said, this right here is just gonna happen and just work. This is only working. I just did this a while ago and it worked out perfect for me because I took and I know, let me see, I'm gonna go down to 365, and I know that's where this starts because I just looked it up, and I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna click that 365. I'm gonna try to still film it and hold this down. It's kind of hard to hold this camera and really load these pictures up, so it really is slow me down, slower down. What if I wouldn't be trying to record this? But I just happen to know, and I'm going up to 77, and ironically as anything, when I went back to look at this, that's 12 pictures. This works great if you're doing 6 pictures of each item. On this one, I just did it, and it's just by chance that I did 6 pictures of each item. But on this one, it just happened to be that I actually had just by chance taken 7 pictures of the first item and 5 of the second. So I've got a 7/16 socket and a 1/2 inch socket. So I'm gonna just change this to 7/16. And like I say, everything else stays the same besides the model number on this. You know, you might have something different. So this is 03308. So I'm gonna change it from 10 to 08. I'm gonna copy this and paste it down here in the title. And, you know, you could just as easily probably just change it. They're nice enough to do this for you, where you can come down here and add that. Take away the 9/16 because you're changing the 7/16. You change this to 08 right here. And again, I know all of these are the same. Okay, the price and everything for these items, I just happen to want to be leaving the same. Okay, what I did was I loaded all the pictures for both of these sockets. And like I say, some people's gonna like this and some people aren't. I'm just gonna go back in and create similar. I'm gonna have to open this back up in a new tab. I'm gonna have to revise that one. So I'm gonna create similar, and this is where I'm gonna do my 1/2 inch. My 1/2 inch drive, 1/2 inch socket rather, not drive. The drive's still 3/8. Okay, 03309. So these are real, everything's all close here. Again, copy and paste this. And that didn't work out real great for me. I'm gonna change this right here to 1/2 inch because they had 1/2 inch and 3/8. They picked up 1/2 inch and 3/8 on that one. Didn't I say this was 09? And I know that, there might be some item specs you might have to change on your listings. But for me, it just so happens that I'm lucky that there's a lot of item specifics in these, but they just happen to be, I'm just going down a exact set of sockets. And at first when I was doing these, they were all mumbo jumbled, all in a big bag full of sockets. They were all 3/8, 1/2 inch, metric, standard, all that deep, shallow, all that. When I at first was kind of randomly doing it, and then I started being more strategic about actually putting these in place. So the only thing what I need to do here now, I just happen to know that the picture's right here, and what you got to do is you got to go ahead and do this listing first. You got to erase these pictures of this 17. See, basically what I did was I put pictures of 2 different things in, 2 sets of pictures in one list, and then I go back and I sell similar, and it's easy to revise it. What you got to do though, what you got to make sure that you do though, is make sure that you go and sell similar first. You got to go and sell similar first, and then go and revise the other one and take the 1/2 inch out. And I know for me, I know that the way that this went was, that was 7 rather than 6 and 6. It was 7 and 5 pictures on this one. So there should be 7 pictures of this. It's a little tricky. You gotta be a little careful. So this is my 7/16 listing. Yep. So 10 minutes. I did these listings. I did both of these listings right here in 5 minutes a piece. And I'd be just being honest with, if I wasn't trying to film this, I could have probably done this in I could have probably cut the time in half. So I could have probably just got, and I'm be honest, I mean, I've been doing eBay for over 10 years selling stuff, and a lot of times listings. Of course, you know, again, if you're selling DVDs or something that's like items, you're going to be able to go a little bit faster. For me, with these right here, I was able to, you know, you'd be able to go faster. But what I was going to say is, with me, and I've been listing on eBay for over 10 years, and I mean, you know, it probably averagely takes me about 15 minutes per listing. That's if you're doing something totally different. You have to research it, you have to find the price and all of that. If you're really, you know, going at a good space, you can get things done. To me, it takes about 15 minutes per listing if I've got all different stuff that I don't know about. I don't know the price. I'm having to look up the price and trying to figure everything out, doing research as I go. 15 minutes. So I cut this down into about 2 or 3 minutes per listing by doing it like this. I mean, you know, but anyway, that's my tip for the day. I'm gonna just leave it there, and I mean, I hope it helps somebody. And you know, if not, if you don't like it, then well, you know, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd share.